Hey Master, hey Badger, hello everybody. I hope everyone's doing alright. So yeah, I'm meant to be on holiday. I'm meant to be in Rhodes right now. I'm meant to be lying on a sunbed. As you know, it's 5 o'clock in Greece right now, so I would probably be in the hotel room, just chilling and getting ready to go down for dinner in about an hour. But no. God, it all happened so quick. So we flew out to Rhodes, it was fine. Going out, flight wasn't delayed or anything. Hey Overjoyed, thank you. So we got a taxi from our house to the airport, everything was fine. Until we got to the airport, where Tui, who we were flying with, massive queue for checking in. So that took about an hour. Security as well took a little while, took another half an hour. But luckily we got there at the airport, like, we got there 3 hours early because we knew there'd probably be issues. Son kind of freaked out about being on a plane, even though he's been on a plane before. He's pretty scared actually.
I missed the streams less than 3.
Hey Nasa, thank you for the 18 months. Hey, and hey Cos, and hey people that walked in. Hello, hello. So he started freaking out about going to the plane. So we eventually got onto the plane. He was basically saying like, I want to get off. I was like, well, you can't. So I had to get like one of the air hostess to try and calm him down a little bit. He was fine. Like, when we were in the air, he was fine. Descending though, landing into Rhodes was not a fun experience for him because he had ear trouble, so we had to like basically keep passing him sweets to suck on. I bought wine gums in the airport, so he had some wine gums. So I think that helped out a little bit. Then we had a taxi from the Rhodes airport. Honestly, oh god. So as soon as we landed in Rhodes, we then had to take they had a coach that everyone gets on off the plane to the airport. And because of Brexit, thank you Brexit by the way, passport control was fun. There was like a whole wall of people wanting to go into passport basically. So yeah, that was like another 45-minute wait. Yeah, that was not fun because it was pretty hot. It was still like 28 degrees Celsius and we were wearing kind of clothes for like 10 to 15 degree weather since we just came from the UK. Like we had like, you know, short sleeve shirts on and stuff, but it was like we were wearing long trousers and socks and trainers and stuff. It was not nice. Plus, we were told that we were basically forced to wear masks in the airport, which I don't think was properly enforced or needed anyway, but anyway. So we went in, we got passport control done, got our luggage, got into a taxi, got to the airport. Boom. By the time we arrived at the hotel, it was around about 11 Greek time in the evening. Luckily we'd already had food because there was basically virtually no food to be had at the hotel. Only basically drinks at that time. So that kind of sucked, but we got drinks. We just went to sleep. Luckily the beds and stuff, our room was quite nice. We had a nice room. Beds were quite comfy, apart from my wife snoring. We had a queen size bed, a huge bed, massive bed. And my son had like, the room was kind of divided, so it had like sliding doors and then 2 individual beds to the sides of the walls. So my son slept like in the same room as us, but like not really. So that was kind of nice to have that, like the divider there and stuff. And then, as classic holiday hotels, you know, go, it's the sunbed issue. So, as I'm sure everyone is completely aware, thank you Ezzy for the 31 months. I'm sure everyone's aware of the sunbed issue of when you go on holiday. So apparently they meant to be some sort of like sunbed no reserving rule, right at the pool. Well, that was not enforced whatsoever. I'm pretty sure the Germans woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, just like dumped all of their towels as many sunbeds as possible, and then went to breakfast. So yeah, that wasn't fun. The first day we struggled to get a sunbed at all, which was a real pain in the ass. So we didn't really get to relax much our first proper day there. They have like a big main pool, like a massive main pool at the back of the hotel, and at the front of the hotel they've got like a separate bit where they've got like kids water slides and stuff, and like another little bit of sunbed area, but that area doesn't open until 11, right? So we basically had to, the next day, we basically kind of took our time in the morning, got ready to basically get to this water park just before 11 to try and make sure that we get sunbeds, right? We got there like 15 minutes before. They're thinking, okay, you know, I don't want to get there too. The water slides will open at 11, but no, the whole like area does not open until 11. So by the time we got there, like 15 minutes before, there was a massive queue of people waiting to go into this water park. Like huge queue of people, like, you know, half clothed, men with like their belly sticking out, you know, women in their swimming costumes, and everyone holding inflatables and stuff, and kids just like trying to entertain themselves. Luckily, we did manage to get some sunbeds, even though because of the queue, but only like just about. So that the next day we got there like half an hour earlier, just so that we could make sure we could get sunbeds and stuff. So it kind of sucks when you go on a holiday and you pay a lot of money to go to like this, you know, this particular hotel, and you still have to like queue for like half an hour just to make sure you can get a sunbed, which is absolutely ridiculous. But kind of first world problem-ish as well. But yeah, that. So when was this? What day is it today? Friday. Hey Arena, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I'll read your message soon, but thank you very much. It's very kind of you. So we were meant to be on holiday. We were meant to be in Greece right now in Rhodes until Saturday evening is when we were meant to fly back. But we got back last night around about midnight. So we came back because my wife injured herself at this swimming park, pool park, slide area.
They have given 15 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you very much, Lexi. So I'm trying to work out which day it was. Must have been the Wednesday. Yeah. So on Wednesday, she, if you can imagine like some sort of like stairway going up to the water slides basically at the back of the park. Thank you, Bumblebee. Thank you very much for the prime. Is Nightbot still around? Ban Nightbot.
Angel Savior 08 gifted a tier 1 sub to Nightbot.
Thank you,
They have
Angel.
given 23 gift subs in the channel.
So the water slides, like they had lots of different ones. They had like a triple joining slide where you kind of like race your family down or whatever. They had a slide where you would take a rubber ring up. They had like a lazy river as well, and the rubber rings were used for the lazy river and for some of for one of the slides. They had another slide, you know, it was a bit slower, and they had another slide as well where it's like it's very, very steep, and then eventually you go down like basically like a toilet, and you get kind of flushed down. Do you know what I mean? Like a spin, you spin around a lot. I didn't go on that one, but the slides would only open at set times. So between like 11 and 1, like the blue slides would be running. Between like 1 and 3, some other slide would be running, and then between 3 and 5, some other slide would be running, which was kind of cringe, but you know, whatever. So the first day, me and my son and my wife went on the slides, but after that, honestly, like the slides after like a little bit, it was just kind of like whatever. So by the time you climbed up, you've gone down. The thrill lasts like a few seconds, and then you get like dunked at the end, which I kind of don't like. So yeah, it's more of a, to me, it was more of like a gimmick more than anything, right? So I didn't really want to go on it anymore. I mean, neither did my son, but my wife did. She went on the slides every day that we were there until the last day. But on the Wednesday, she was gonna go on one of the rubber dinghy rides, slides. So as she was going to, you know, climb up the stairs, she slipped. I wasn't there. Neither was my son. We were playing in a different pool, like in the area. And the next thing I see is my wife like walking towards our sunbeds with like blood pouring down her arm and basically crying, and then a lifeguard bloke in front of her. And then my son sees this and he absolutely like has a massive major meltdown, as you could expect. Like, I didn't know what gone on. So my main objective at the time was just to calm him down because he was freaking out in the water. So I still didn't really know what happened for like another probably about 5 minutes, because I had to calm him down. I had to get him on a sunbed, dry him off. I could see my wife with the lifeguard in a distance, like she could see that he was like treating her. I thought like maybe she just like I don't know, just like bruised herself a little bit and had a little bit of a cut or whatever, and then she'll get like, you know, a plaster or whatever, and that'll be it. So I go over and she's obviously still distraught, and he was basically trying his best to explain like that she needs stitches because she's got a massive hole in her elbow. So yeah, then we basically said, like he said, we could either go to the hospital, get a taxi to the hospital, screw that, or get a doctor. And he said it'd be 150 euros. I was like, okay, I can afford that. Let's just get this done, obviously, because, you know, at the end of the day, I just need her treated as quickly as possible. We need someone here to you know, do whatever they need to do. And we have travel insurance anyway. So we've actually sorted that out today in terms of like trying to make them pay for it. Ran a doctor. It's gonna cost 200 euros. It's okay, whatever, right? 200 euros for a doctor to come to the hotel, basically on the island. But the thing is, I couldn't really be with my wife at all during any of this because I had to look after my son. Plus, I didn't want my son to obviously see my wife getting stitches and stuff. So my main job was just basically to look after my son, you know, make sure we got all of our stuff, take him up to the room eventually or whatever. So according, you know, for what she was saying, she got like led into like the reception area of the hotel. The doctor finally came. He was a bit of a dick, apparently. Kind of unhygienic as well. She had to like lie on. They took her to like a medical room in the hotel, and she had to like lie down on the bed. And like she had stitches. She still had blood pouring like out of her arm. He didn't tell her like what was happening at all. Like she didn't know she was gonna like have to have like, you know, injections in her arm in order to numb the area. And like once everything kind of got done and stuff like that, not hygienic, but like apparently like, there's blood on the table and on the floor. And the doctor was like, my wife like pointed at the blood, saying, you know, there's blood on the floor, and he was just like, just leave it. It's just like, yeah, just leave the blood on the floor. So it's kind of a proper scuffed doctor. They stitched in the hotel. Yeah, the doctor came to the hotel, and then right. This is the weirdest thing about. If you're ever gonna visit a Greek island or Greece, I don't know if Greece is the same. She couldn't pay by card. She had to pay by cash, and we didn't get any money out for this holiday in terms of euros, right? So he had to drive my wife to an ATM to get euros out, right? She got 300 euros out of the ATM, and then she then gave the doctor 200 euros cash. So yeah, there is more of this tax evasion thing, right? He then said that she needed to take antibiotics, and like they would arrive at the hotel in like 15 minutes or something. So my wife came up to the room, I sorted her out, you know, I had to help her like get showered and stuff like that, and put her clothes on and stuff like that. A few hours later, we go down to the reception desk, right, saying, you know, our antibiotics are here, and it's like, yeah, that would be 15 euros. I'm like, right, so that obviously didn't include 200 euros that we paid for the doctor, didn't include the antibiotics, heaven forbid. And then she was like, yeah, we had to pay by cash, so you need to give us cash. She made it kind of seem like she paid out of her own pocket. So I was like, I didn't have the cash on me, so I had to go all the way back up to the room, back into the safe, get 15 euros out, bring all the way back down again while my wife's waiting to, you know, get her antibiotics. Give her the money, the cash, and then we get it back. So we couldn't pay that by card either. We weren't allowed to do that. We actually got back, you know, she was doing a claim to the travel insurance, and she noticed on the receipt that we got, the hotel actually paid by card to get the drugs. So I wonder if she like just pocketed the money herself or what. Like this is meant to be like a 5-star hotel as well. But it is so strange. The card refusal policy in Rhodes. There was another experience as well of this that we didn't experience personally, but we were talking to some other parents. They went to Rhodes town, which is like north of the island. And from where we were on the island, you could get like a boat every half an hour to go to that stops at a couple of other hotels and goes to Rhodes town. But they didn't have cash. So they made them wait as the last people to go on the boat, and then they could pay by card. They basically treated them as like, you know, like garbage because they had to pay by card. I don't understand. Like, especially like after COVID and stuff like that. Like, why are they still in the Stone Ages in terms of like has to be cash? Well, obviously probably to do with like tax evasion or whatever, right? It's very, very sus. Like, tax evasion seems like potentially extremely rampant in Greece. So yeah, I don't know. The cash situation was super weird. So yeah, back to that evening after we got the antibiotics, the receptionist was kind of rude about it, like, you know, the whole situation that we had to give her cash. And like as the kind of like the day went on, I kind of realized my wife needed a sling because she was still having a lot of pain in her arm. I think the numbness was wearing off from, what do they call it? Like when they numb the area of the injection again? My mind's like completely gone blank. Can't think of it at all. Anesthetic, that's it. Must have started wearing off because then she started to have more and more pain. I was like, yeah, she need a sling. So then I had to get one of my shirts and like make it into a DIY sling, which she's been wearing, you know. She's not wearing it now. She's a little bit better now, but yeah. There was like no local pharmacy like nearby. So yeah, she was wearing my shirt as a sling for like 36 hours or something. And then it was like 11 o'clock at night in bed, and she was like really struggling to get to sleep, and I was just like, should we just go home? Like, we're not gonna be able to enjoy the rest of the holiday, and you're in pain, and if it gets worse or whatever, I'd rather go to British NHS A&E or whatever to get it sorted than stay here. So I booked my flights on my mobile phone at 11 o'clock at night. EasyJet. Boom. And now here I am. It's quite quick, not cheap, but quite quick to sort out and stuff, getting like flights back out. I don't think the travel insurance company will sort it, but I was just like, this is just, it's just not worth it. We just need to get home. So yeah. That's my holiday. Hey, Naive.
Welcome back. Hope your family is okay.
Thank you for the 3 months. Places that Greek go to a private clinic is usually the best thing to do. I mean, I thought we were gonna get like a good private doctor anyway, because we would be paying like 200 euros for a doctor to come to the hotel. I just expected better, and also the hotel, you know, star rating wise is extremely high, so I just expected, you know, better stuff, like, you know. But yeah, that V Rising thing needs to not be spamming in the chat. Let me just take that off really quickly while I say that. There we go. So were we enjoying the holiday up until then? Apart from sunbed fighting in the morning in the queue, cleanliness of the hotel, 5 stars. Hotel is very, very clean. Like, no fault there. Like, the hotel was just like permanently clean. That was really nice. Customer service. The lifeguard was really nice looking after my wife. He gets a 5 stars. The receptionist gets a 1 star. Oh my god, that reminds me. So we're going to be staying at this hotel for a week, right? And for dinner, they have a general buffet. Like they try to do a theme every day. Like the Wednesday was Italian, so they had a little bit more pasta dishes and pizza dishes, which was quite nice. It was my favorite day there, in terms of food. The other days they had like random stuff, like, but it was kind of not great. Like, if you're a fussy eater, it wasn't great. But even my wife isn't a fussy eater, and she, like, nothing was particularly amazing, really. Like, the food overall, I would say, like, it was a 3-star. But apparently, so they have some a la carte restaurants. And our room booking entitled us to 3 bookings at these a la carte restaurants. We're allowed to go to, like, you know, they had an Italian and a Greek and an Asian restaurant, and we could go to like 1 Italian during our stay, 1 Greek, and 1 Asian. Try to book for the Italian restaurant. The earliest they had, so we arrived on Saturday evening. The earliest they had was basically the night before we left at like 8:30 in the evening, which is no good for my son at all. So that was great. And the Greek wasn't really interested in the food there. The Asian restaurant, I think they had maybe like 1 booking that we could have made because someone cancelled nearby, but we weren't too sure about it because it was like, it was gonna have to be like now or never, basically. So yeah, that was pretty garbage in terms of that. So I mean, maybe the food would have been nicer if we could have gone to one of those restaurants, but like, why have that system in the first place? Like, they obviously can't facilitate it, so why have it in the first place? It's just really, really dumb. So yeah, that pissed me off as well. The hotel's location wise was really nice. It was right next to the beach. Didn't really get to go to the beach much though. We were going to go to the beach and do like visit Rhodes town today, I think. But yeah, so that didn't really work. Did we have a nice time? Was it worth it? Was it worth the money considering everything that happened? No. No. I don't think we will ever go on holiday during a week-long half-term holiday, school holiday ever again. Way too stressful really to cram it all in one go. We just really wanted to get away because of COVID basically. Would I go to that hotel again? No. Would I recommend it? No. Like, it's a nice hotel. It's just like the food was like, for what you're paying for, the food wasn't good enough, right? The food wasn't good enough. They didn't have enough sunbeds to accommodate the people, so people basically like first, you know, had to get there super early. But to be honest, it's the same in a lot of hotels anyway. Customer service is a bit weird. And not taking credit card or like debit card or whatever and having to have cash on hand in this day and age is like really stupid. So yeah, Rhodes out of 10, a solid 5.
Orlonga has added 5 to the berry bush.
Hey Orlonga, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much. And thank you Naive if I didn't say thank you for your prime. Thank you very much. Not even credit card? No, they wouldn't. We couldn't pay the doctor with credit card or debit card. He had to have cash. It had to be cash. So I'm assuming that these people are just doing a lot of tax avoiding. They have to be, right? Like as soon as you mentioned like credit card, they got like very annoyed and almost like angry. It was. Yeah. I don't know. I never, to be honest, it's kind of put me off visiting like anywhere else in Greece. I know you're talking about Crete plants, but honestly, I don't know. Just the whole, don't know. I don't really want to visit Greece, to be honest, after the holiday. Not a good experience. I think generally we've always kind of stuck to the Canary Islands. We've always had like a really nice time there, so next time would be Canary Islands, I think. Yeah.